Did she say healthy Mexican food? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. So I'm gonna give you a, y'all don't get scared when I say this, but it's gonna be vegan Mexican food. I know some of y'all are like, she is crazy. She's from Texas and she wants us to eat vegan Mexican food, but I promise this is gonna be so good. I love Mexican street corn. So this is a vegan version, and then it is a tostada. And y'all, I had to start making more plant-based versions of my favorite food because my stomach just does not do well with dairy anymore. And I kind of didn't have a choice, and I still wanted a lot of my favorite foods. So I had to adapt. And I think you should, don't knock it until you try it. I'm just gonna say it. Don't knock it till you try it. Watch the recipe, make it for yourself, and I bet you will change your mind. It's really good. It's honestly all about the spices and the seasoning, and I just realized that I forgot one of the most important things, the cayenne pepper. But yeah, if you're a vegan or vegetarian, you already know that nutritional yeast has a cheese flavor, so yum, yum, yum. Refried beans. I actually usually get another brand that's like vegetarian refried beans, but I checked the ingredients. These are vegetarian. I don't always do the sour cream, but I was craving it and they're really good for nachos. Like if I make nachos, I have to have sour cream, so that's why I got these. And then this is Mexican style shredded Violife. This is actually one of my favorite plant-based cheeses. And then, so the first thing we're gonna do obviously is the corn takes the longest. So we're gonna just boil this and that's it. So let's get right to the cooking. So you get your corn on the cob and then add some salt to your water. I'm a big sea salt girl. So I'm gonna make my little sauce basically. So it's gonna be my almond flour and my nutritional yeast. So as far as the nutritional yeast and the almond flour, I do about a half a cup, give or take, and then about a third a cup of the nutritional yeast. I like to whisk it together and add some salt and pepper, and then some cayenne pepper. And once you make this, you can store it in the fridge. And you can put it on other stuff too. And I am gonna put some more cayenne pepper later. But yeah, so you just mix it together really good. And then put it in the fridge until you're ready to use it. My corn is, the water is almost boiling, and once it boils, I do it for 10 minutes because I like to make sure it's not too crunchy when it's cooked. So yeah, so this is pretty much ready to set to the side. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn on my oven. I'm gonna get my tortillas, and I do about 2 per person. They're small. You could do 3 depending on how hungry you are, especially if this is all you're eating, but you can get the bigger ones, but I like these. It's about 2 or 3 per person. And you just lay them in the, on the top back. I'm like, more of these. Yeah, you just lay them out and then you wait until they get nice and crispy. This doesn't take long. Obviously, all you do is heat that up. It's right here. So this is a very, this is a very quick and easy lunch or dinner. You can serve it with like Spanish or Mexican rice. You can serve it with brown rice, white rice, or you can just do a side salad. It just kind of depends on what you're in the mood for. I am doing it as is today, but there are definitely options. And then, like I said, you can get different, you know, refried. You don't even have to do refried beans. If you want to do black beans, pinto beans, like regular, you know, it's up to you. I personally just feel like the refried beans work better on the tostadas, but again, it's a preference. We've been on a bean kick. I did Frito pie not that long ago. But the real Frito pies in Texas don't have beans, you guys. So many people were like, why didn't you use chili with beans? I'm like, it's not a real Frito pie. But, and then some of y'all were like, it would taste so much better with sour cream and blah, blah. And you know what? I agree with you. Jalapeno, sour cream, blah, blah, blah. But that's not my childhood. That's not the Frito pies we get here everywhere. But I agree with you. Gourmet Frito pies, yes, I'm all for it. But I was just trying to show you like the Texas tradition that I had talked about in my previous video. But yeah, so I'm gonna turn this on. This is boiling, so we're gonna do a timer for 10 minutes. And let me put that on my phone. Looking good. I love cilantro. It's one of those things that you either like it or you know what, if you don't like cilantro, just don't put it on there. I don't have another option for you, honestly, because it's so good with cilantro. But I mean, maybe leave it as is if you don't like cilantro. That's my only suggestion, I guess. I usually have scissors that I can use. You know what? Do I have my scissors here? I do. I don't. They're at the house. I have scissors for herbs, and they're the best thing ever. They're another one of my favorite little gadgets. You know, I love my gadgets, but that's okay. We can just do it the old-fashioned way. Smells so good. So with the corn, you can do it on the cob. Honestly, I hate eating corn on the cob because it's just messy. So I take my corn off the cob and I mix everything in a bowl. But that is a personal preference. If you like corn on the cob, then by all means, I'm gonna give you the two options and you can do it however you want. Our corn is ready. So we are gonna let it cool down before we can handle it. That's basically all we're doing because it is way too hot right now. Okay. And once it cools down, I'm going to show you how to take it off the cob with just a knife. There are those gadgets that can do it, and I used to have one. I don't know what happened to it, but I just use a knife. But I'll show you how to do that. I did not pick this avocado. Postmates, which always worries me a little, but you know what? It looks good. I think we lucked out. Yay. I do have my little avocado. I do have one of these. I love these, y'all. I do. I love these. It's a good little gadget. See? Look at that. You can slice it too. And then use that part to get the pit out. See? Yeah, so this is a nifty gadget that I actually use. There we go. Ta-da! So for this part, you literally just go like this. And then you have your slices of avocado. See? Look at how pretty that is. You can't do it if it's too mushy though, or it doesn't come out right. So, ta-da. All right, so like I said, you can leave it like this. And if you choose to leave it like this, you would either slather it with plant-based butter or mayo, plant-based mayo, and then you would sprinkle or roll it in your mixture and then put some cayenne pepper or cilantro in it. I do it this way because I just prefer it. So I put it in a bowl and then I mix everything in a bowl because it's less messy, it's easier to eat. But again, it's a preference. It's a little hot still. And I put it in here and then I break it apart. I use my hands, they're clean. See? You just break it apart. And I know some people are like, why don't you just buy canned or frozen corn? And you know what? If you want to do that, do it. If it's easier, I'm all about hacks. I personally prefer fresh corn, but frozen corn is not that bad, honestly. So by all means, do whatever is going to make your life easier. About 1/4 a cup of mayonnaise. I don't usually measure, but I'm measuring for y'all. 1/4 a cup sounds about right. Let's see. I usually just, a lot of my recipes I usually just kind of eye, so we'll see. Okay, that's about, that looks right. So then you mix it all in. If you're not a mayo person, just use butter. Use plant-based butter. Oh, that's amazing. And then you're gonna put in a good amount of this mixture. About like half, and then you keep mixing it in. See? Oh, that's so good. You can put as much or as little of the cheesy mixture as you want. I'm gonna put in some cayenne pepper, salt and pepper, your cilantro, and you're just gonna mix it in some more until you get a good consistency, like it's mixed in really well. Sorry, I'm checking on my tostadas. Almost done. Okay, I'm gonna keep mixing this. And then we're gonna start working on our tostada. So you're gonna put some beans. I'm covered up really well. Okay. I'm gonna put just like a teensy bit of like the sour cream in the middle. Not too much. Again, it's a preference. And then just a little bit of cheese on it. There you have it, a vegan Mexican lunch or dinner. So for me, the star of the show is definitely the corn. I am obsessed with this corn, y'all. Oh my God. That's so good. I like to put my avocado directly on my tostada. You can also put fresh tomatoes on it. That would be really yummy. I'm so hungry. Okay. But I want to know if you're going to try to make this recipe or not. And if you do, I definitely want you to come back and comment below and let me know what you thought about it. Until next time, happy cooking. Bye.